The alignment and the partnership between China and Russia is something that we've spoken quite a bit about, including in recent weeks. Secretary Blinken noted it during his speech recently on our approach to the PRC. To put it bluntly, we're concerned about China's alignment with Russia. We have noted statements from the PRC claiming that China is neutral, but its behavior, its rhetoric, its actions suggest that it is anything but. It is still investing in close ties with Russia. We've seen this from the earliest days of this conflict, even before this conflict, as Russia amassed its forces along Ukraine's borders. President Xi, on February 4th, about 3 weeks before the invasion began, when it was quite clear what was likely to happen, chose to announce what the PRC and Russia called a quote-unquote no-limits partnership. And in the joint statement that emanated, 5,000 words from the meeting between those two world leaders, they put forward a vision of the world order that is profoundly illiberal, that is profoundly different from the vision of a free and open Indo-Pacific and beyond that the United States and our partners have not only espoused, but have sought to promote and protect. The vision that they put forward is a world in which might makes right, a world in which, contrary to decades of PRC statements regarding the inviolability of state sovereignty, where big states can bully small states, where countries are not able to exercise the discretion to choose their own partnerships, to adopt their own foreign policy, where in many ways coercion is the name of the game. So in key respects, despite what we hear from the PRC, a stance of stated and purported neutrality, the PRC has already made a choice. And more than 3 months now into Russia's invasion of Ukraine, China, despite the atrocities that have been committed, despite the violence, despite the loss of life, despite the global implications, including when it comes to food insecurity, not only in the region, but well beyond, China is still choosing to stand by Russia. It is still echoing Russian propaganda. Very disturbingly, it is echoing and propagating what are very clearly very dangerous Russian lies on many fronts. The PRC and Russia, of course, continue to shirk their obligations as members of the Permanent Five. The fact that the PRC is in many ways still denying the atrocities that have taken place inside Ukraine, the atrocities that we've seen with our own eyes, thanks to the reporting from many of your organizations, I think speaks to the partnership and the choice that the PRC has made. We've seen, of course, the recent phone call between the two leaders. Again, this position of stated neutrality on the part of the PRC is nothing more than a hollow statement. If the PRC actually believed in the principles that it has espoused over the course of many years, including in the UN Security Council over the course of many years, the approach that we would be seeing from the PRC would be markedly different from the approach that we're seeing now.